So a lot of people have talked about how there's a sudden upsurge in the amount of people cheating and how bad it is. Well, first of all, with how much pressure is in the academic system, how unfair the academic system is, and everything, I don't know how awful cheating always is in reality when the whole academic system is not based on reality and is based on a ton of pressure. And beyond that, I also don't fully know how um, common cheating was in the past. Was it really not that common? Because we do have accounts of bribery going on, of people cheating in the past in simpler ways, but also this bribery of teachers or having this and that where they game the system using money and power. And we've had a couple of exposures nowadays with that stuff. Maybe there's also more people getting higher education classes, so there is more cheating going on. But how will we stop that, regardless of the things I brought up? Well, I have a couple ideas. One is to make the whole system less hard. If its system is less hard, and by that I mean that you don't have to always get the A or B. You don't get these really pressurized tests and stuff like that. People are less motivated to cheat to get the same score. Now, for a lot of things, you don't have to be the top percentage. You just have to pass in reality to life. If you need to drive, you don't need to be a race car driver. If you need to be a cook, you don't need to be a world star chef. There are some things that are competitive, but a lot of things you just need to pass, and that's how we should view it. And by making stuff less hard and more realistic, we could do that. If there's more opportunities to make up tests or make up things or take a different career track or school track or anything, then there's less motivations to cheat, because why cheat if you can just make it up in some other way and not get into big trouble? It also gives more opportunities to learn, because you learn from your mistake, or you might learn better in a different opportunity. Or if you have a disability or bad thing that happened to you on that specific day, your parents or something, awful thing happened to your parents or something, more opportunities will help you. If we make the classes more interesting, which I'm just going to quickly correct there, more interesting classes, it will help also a lot. Because if you're more engaged, you don't feel as bad. You feel more bad if you're cheating or something, because you're getting something away from yourself. And we can do this by giving kids more opportunities to choose different types of classes. Beyond more opportunities just to choose what type of class, we can try to make each class more engaging. We can try to make interactive. We can try to make it more game-like. Or so all these different things. We could use online classes, so you can skip the boring classes, so you can do more of the classes that are fun, or you can do more fun online classes. You can figure out how to have teachers teach the same class but in 4 different formats, and you have 4 different times, and you pick which time is the most interesting time for you. What is it, the time that's either school that taught math in physics or biology base, so you could pick which one, and one of them might be more interesting to you. But they taught basically the same math. More doing what is interesting to you. So that means, like, in class they give you opportunities to present your knowledge in different ways that is more engaging for you, so you don't have to be bored and you don't feel as motivated cheat because you just don't want to get it done with. You actually feel motivated to do it right, or to do it or to connect it to your passions by just showing that real world applications or stuff like that. Another idea I have is to make the whole thing much more interactive. And then because there's interaction, if you make it more interactive, like discussion based or anything, it's harder to cheat in the first place. A last idea is to make the whole thing a lot more creative. And when you have a more creative, this thing being more creative expression and outlet, it'll help a lot, because then you can see if a person plagiarizes a lot more, or it's harder to see if they have to write an essay or presentation that so knowledge in a different way than a test. And those ones can show a variety of knowledge better. Now, there is some problems with that, because stuff becomes more subjective in these realms. So being less hard on people helps there, but you also might need more teacher training so they get over the implicit bias and don't just look for fancy language, that they look for language that is just good in expressing stuff, and they realize that what's maybe good in some cases might not be good in other cases. You might have problems with people with writing speeds or writing abilities, or people might not understand what is wanted for them in some of these creative assignments. So I don't think it's to be the only thing done, and it could be an optional thing. Or it could be that there's a variety of projects that you have to find the one best for you, or there's a redo, like the more opportunities things. So you better know what the teacher actually wants from you the second or third time around. And maybe show past examples so people know better what the person actually wants. Well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours, which is really hard, but with your help, I think I can do it. Also, if any ideas for future videos, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much again. Goodbye.